up? It's your girl Anna Talks Wrestling here. Welcome to my channel. Lace up your boots, hit the subscribe and like button, and let's get ready to dive deep into everything pro wrestling. So today we're going to be ranking the American Nightmare's Cody Rhodes potential WrestleMania opponents, and we're going to go from worst to best. Now, when looking at Cody's potential opponents, we of course are talking about everyone who has qualified and participating for the Elimination Chamber, which you guys already know who those people are. We have CM Punk, John Cena, Drew McIntyre, Seth freaking Rollins, Logan Paul, and last but certainly not least, we have Damien Priest. So let's go through each of them and rank them worst to best for the potential opponents of WrestleMania 41 for that WWE title against Cody Rhodes. So when ranking the absolutely worst possible outcome, and I mean the absolutely worst that could happen for an opponent against Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 41, it for sure 100% has to be the megastar, social media superstar, Logan Paul. So the first thing I have to mention about Logan Paul is that I am as confused as one can be on why in the world Logan Paul would ever, and I mean ever, win that Elimination Chamber this year, especially considering all the other WWE superstars' names that are in the Elimination Chamber. So I'm really unsure why in the world he would win, but then again, we all know WWE loves Logan Paul. And I mean, they love him so much that they put him in not only the Final Four, but also the Final Three for the Men's Royal Rumble this year. I know, makes perfect sense, right? No, absolutely not. He hasn't done anything yet to earn that kind of spot. The only reason they put him there, and I mean the only reason he was in there, was because he's a social media megastar. That's it. If Logan Paul came into the business with no fame to his name, he would 100% be a mid-carder, maybe even on the level of Ricochet, but even that might be giving him too much credit. In all seriousness, though, Logan does have potential. He definitely needs some work on his mic skills. The crowd just naturally hates him because, well, he's Logan Paul, and that's why they boo him. So I'm sure in his head he thinks he's a great heel because he's getting booed, but it's actually just because he is who he is. And as far as his wrestling goes, he's actually pretty good, yes, but when you only wrestle a few times a year, it's pretty easy to look that good when you get all this practice and rest in for this match that's coming up, like Elimination Chamber. He doesn't have to wrestle on Monday Night Raw or Friday Night SmackDown or even house shows. Yes, he might come in, say a few things on the mic, but that's pretty much it. So that's as far as Logan Paul's potential goes. Could be an even better wrestler. And as far as his mic skills go, I have no idea if those can improve. Okay, so clearly I am not a huge Logan Paul fan. I mean, it's Logan Paul. Who is a huge fan of him? But I'm especially not a fan of him getting the WWE title. That title is way too prestigious, and only the absolute best of the best should be holding that title. That is the greatest title that anybody could hold in pro wrestling. So, of course, I don't think Logan freaking Paul deserves that yet. Maybe not ever. Is it a good addition for the Elimination Chamber? Yes, he is, of course. Sure, I don't mind it, but does that mean he should or will get a main event at WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas to face the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes? Absolutely not. And to be honest, I don't think those two would be a great matchup at all. Their promo and mic skills would just not mesh well, and it honestly would not make for a good time. I already feel that Cody Rhodes is getting a little too boring for me. I'm not gonna lie, with his gimmick and his title run, it just feels a little bit dry. And it's time to crown a new champ, but Logan Paul is not the man for that job. Okay, enough about Logan Paul. We have to talk about the next man on the list, and that's going to be none other than Damien Priest. Now this one's a bit interesting because no one would see it coming. And by no one, I mean literally no one. Priest is typically loved by the fans, by me as well. I mean, I think he was one of the best US champs we've ever had. But that's a mid-card title. Now, is he one of the best world heavyweight champions we've had? Probably not. I mean, I guess maybe with his new version we could say that because there's only been 4 champs. But even then, I don't know if he is one of the best. But I do think that speaks volumes as to the fact that maybe, just maybe, Damien Priest is not meant for the title. And I hate to say that because I do think he's got a lot to offer. We all know his story. He's obviously worked very hard for this position, unlike some people like Logan Paul. But I just don't think it's his time to hold the WWE title. And unfortunately, I'm not sure if it'll ever be his time to hold that WWE title. I mean, I gotta be honest here. Damien Priest cashing in at WrestleMania 40 for the World Heavyweight Championship and then winning it may have unfortunately been his ceiling. I truly don't know if he can surpass that to make a move that's greater than that in his WWE career. I mean, a cash in alone at WrestleMania is super, super impressive, as only one other person has cashed in at WrestleMania, and that was Seth freaking Rollins at WrestleMania 31. One of my favorite moments in wrestling history, I must say. But anyways, back to Damien Priest. That makes Damien the second person to have done that. And if you remember the cash-in, it was actually a pretty special moment with the Judgment Day coming out to celebrate with him. The whole thing was just amazing for Damien. However, I don't know if he's going to get a grand moment like that again. That being said, Damien Priest to main event WrestleMania ever? I mean, I don't know if that will ever happen. I don't think it could. But I do believe that Cody Rhodes will most likely be main eventing WrestleMania 41 to defend that WWE title. So chances of Damien Priest winning the Elimination Chamber is slim to none. I mean, Logan Paul probably has a better chance of winning the Elimination Chamber than Damien Priest. But again, we're just ranking it from worst to best outcomes here. So of course we would want someone like Damien Priest to win at the Chamber over someone like Logan Paul for a better outcome for us wrestling fans. I mean, Priest is someone who's worked hard in this business, like I've said, and his mic skills are better than Logan Paul's. How much better is up for debate, but for Priest and Cody to face, I just don't think anybody would care to see that at WrestleMania, and it definitely would not be the huge, biggest surprise and match that they can have at WrestleMania. I mean, maybe WWE wants to add some unpredictability, but unfortunately for Priest, this wouldn't be the way that they would do that. Enough about Damien Priest here. Let's talk about who's next on my list. We have the visionary, the revolutionary. We have Seth freaking Rollins. Now, Seth is the definition of a true pro wrestler. He's got the in-ring skills. He's absolutely phenomenal on the mic and in promo battles. And quite frankly, he's one of my favorites right now. If you remember back when Cody Rhodes made his return to the WWE after 6 years of being gone at WrestleMania 38 in Dallas, Texas, which I was fortunate enough to be in person for. And let me tell you, that crowd, when Cody Rhodes returned, even before he came through and his music hit, the crowd was chanting like crazy. I've never been in a room like that before. It was insane. So it just made his return even more special. But anyways, that was when Seth Rollins had a mystery opponent who was Cody Rhodes. So to have them face at WrestleMania 41 and have that story come full circle to now facing each other for the WWE title as a WrestleMania main event would be amazing. Should Seth freaking Rollins dethrone Cody Rhodes? I mean, I'm definitely here for it because I know these two can put on a great match and they would have amazing promo battles. And do I think Seth deserves it? Absolutely. However, since we've already seen this matchup, it does feel like this isn't the biggest match that they could put on, unfortunately. Personally, I would like to see Seth freaking Rollins face CM Punk. Eventually at WrestleMania. I'm not saying it has to be this WrestleMania, but eventually I definitely think those two have a lot of beef in and out of the ring. But that's something we've already talked about before and something we can talk about later again. if both of them happen to not win the Elimination Chamber. But let's continue on. The American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes here. So next up on my list, we have the Scottish Warrior, the man looking to finally get that WrestleMania moment in front of the fans. That's right, we got Drew McIntyre. Now, I'm more into seeing Drew winning than Seth. And truthfully, it's just because Drew has been absolutely killing the game right now, especially as a heel. And to be honest, he's doing some of the best work of his career right now, which I've said before. I've never been a Drew McIntyre fan until recently, where he's won me over with how compelling his character work has been. I mean, this guy's got me reeled in. Every time he speaks on the mic, he seems to get better and better. And I really, truly think he's slowly unlocking more potential that I didn't know he had. If anyone deserves to have that WrestleMania moment in front of fans, it is Drew McIntyre. Because yes, he has won the WWE title as a WrestleMania main event, but that was back during the pandemic. So he never got that moment in front of fans, which honestly takes away from it. And I truly believe he deserves that moment. So that would be a great matchup for Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre is a pretty good WrestleMania match if you think about it. If you asked me this like a year ago, my thoughts may have been different, but with the way Drew has been carrying himself, he's pretty undeniable. Now, of course, I would love to see Drew McIntyre face the original Tribal Chief Roman Reigns at WrestleMania instead, just due to how Drew has been teasing that and building the tension in between that. I would love nothing more than for them to face. But if they have Drew win the Elimination Chamber, I know him and Cody could put on a great matchup. And to be honest with you, I would love nothing more than to see Drew roast Cody in a promo battle, because there could be a lot that could be said there, especially with Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes. However, I don't know if WWE will give this moment to Drew. I highly doubt it, but I would love to see it. Enough about Drew McIntyre. That leaves us with the final two, the two that everyone seems to be going back and forth with. Let's weigh in our options here and see who would be the best winner for the Elimination Chamber in 2025. Is it going to be John Cena or is it going to be CM Punk? Can you believe that we've gotten these two back in the same company and we are talking about this? Like, is this real life? Yes. Okay, so first off, we have the man on his final run in his retirement farewell tour. That's right, we have John Cena, the last chance at making history, and by history I mean to have the most title reigns at a remarkable 17 times, where as of right now he's tied with the Nature Boy Ric Flair at 16 times. The last chance for John Cena to main event WrestleMania, that is if he stays true to his retirement. But either way, it's pretty likely that this might be his last chance at a main event. But I could be wrong, since he's the GOAT and a legend. Now, I would love to see John Cena face the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. Do I think that will happen for sure eventually? Yeah, of course. They're both baby faces. However, if Cody Rhodes eventually turns heel, this would actually make a perfect matchup for him. And hey, I'm all here for Cody Rhodes to turn heel. I actually think he needs it. However, I don't think it's going to be happening anytime soon. Okay, so then what other direction can we turn to? Well, we do have the voice of the voiceless, the rebel himself. We have CM Punk. I mean, this speaks for itself. It's CM Punk, a man who left the company due to many issues, and one of them being that he's never been the main event for WrestleMania. And we also know that he complained about John Cena during his famous pipe bomb years ago, which, if you recall, Punk has already brought up how it makes zero sense that John Cena didn't have to qualify for the Elimination Chamber while everybody else had to. And if you ask me, it does make no sense. I agree with CM Punk. John, I am sorry. You are old and washed up in your retirement now. You gotta work at building some storylines somewhere, earn something. So does that make John worthy of the win? I mean, no, absolutely not. You ask me, me, 100%, the Men's Royal Rumble winner should have been CM Punk. Everybody wanted to see it, and if you remember, he has fallen short to winning the Royal Rumble due to Cody Rhodes before. So this story has already been started for us, already being written, so why not try to finish this story? It would have been perfect to have CM Punk face Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 41 for the WWE title and have CM Punk win it. We know both of these two can talk on the mic and kill it at promo battles. We know that they do well in the ring. We know the crowd and the fans will 100% be into this. And honestly, if you ask me, they should start teasing Cody to turn heel slowly, which who knows? I mean, it kind of has already been feeling that way already. I mean, have them lead up to WrestleMania 41 where CM Punk takes the title from Cody Rhodes, of course, after winning the Elimination Chamber, that is, and thus starting Cody Rhodes' official run as a heel by having him fully turn at WrestleMania after he loses. I mean, come on, give me the pen and paper, because wow, that would be a story. If they're going to have CM Punk win the Elimination Chamber, they should 100% do it this way. I don't care what anybody says. I think I just wrote a great story. All jokes aside, though, who would be the best winner for Elimination Chamber? Well, personally, if you couldn't tell, I don't think John Cena should win this Elimination Chamber. Since he hasn't built up to anything, I don't think he's earned it. He didn't qualify. He just declared himself to go into the Elimination Chamber. That seems pretty dumb to me. That's not great storytelling. So, like I've said, I think John Cena versus Cody Rhodes will eventually happen. That's a match that's bound to happen, you know what I mean? But not yet. I do think that WWE should wait for this, maybe save it for something like SummerSlam. So unfortunately for John, I can't see him. See what I did there? Okay, so anyways, what I meant is I can't see him main eventing WrestleMania 41 against Cody Rhodes for the WWE title because I don't think it's the best story to tell, and I don't think WWE should or will do this. So that leaves us with CM Punk. Come on, give this man his main event at WrestleMania, please. If anyone deserves it, it's someone who has been showing up and building storylines, improving his worth in this company. This is his time, trust me. This is the best winner for the Elimination Chamber in 2025 and the best opponent for the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes to face at main event WrestleMania 41 for the WWE title. And it would be the best outcome. Well, that is if The Rock doesn't come in and screw him over somehow. Can this happen? Will it happen? Let me know who you think is the worst and the best winners for the Elimination Chamber, and the worst and best outcomes of the Elimination Chamber leading into WrestleMania 41, the biggest event of the year. If you enjoyed this video here, please like and subscribe for more wrestling content with your girl Anna here.